got one. I think this COVID thing is scared the heck out
Well,
of
you
me.
know, the problem with the problems, they can't get out.
You know?
I have friends who live, you know, this guy, and, started with, he's got a coffee shop, he's trying to open up a pizza. And I was talking to him.
Is that the one that was going down with Scassi?
No, this is, it's more a, he goes to our church. And, you know, he's had this sign, and I said to him, when are you gonna let me do it? And he says, I need 12 people. Huh?
I can use about 20. I got to sign out for about.
What are you here?
Kevin, you live down next to Dirk. Well, Dirk was not. That's it. I can't get people.
Yeah, nobody can.
Nobody wants to.
You're planning on speaking.
Definitely not. I can't even raise the thing.
My son's doing construction down in Florida, and he's always telling me every night I talk to him out of that, he says, I'm so damn busy, he said, I can't find anybody.
You know, at least the people up there want Florida homeowner. I managed 200. Do you want to share what factory down there? It's hit or miss.
He says,
Sometimes they'll decide it's 50 miles an hour.
And then it's going like one more time.
Can't treat them all. They don't want to.
yeah, well, he says up here, he says, whenever you get used to, if anybody, he talks to this, come up to this area, he says, they fly, I'll take them right away. Because it's hard.
We're not military, we didn't hire anybody more than we did.
Hey, Rich.
This was, sent in this one?
Yes.
Okay, and this is what we're saying. Okay, we'll put this one.
I mean, I don't see your name around, so. Always the people.
How's business? Somebody called me that your surveyor called me and said, he's out of town. Like, I'm all air.
He called me like.
Well, this has got to be a busy night, huh?
This.
Part of the schedule is they was all night. Yeah, please sign.
Oh, wow. Do I have your first time list? Yeah, I have your first time list. Your first. We're gonna get you on that.
Apparently the color lot there is not working just yet, so. He's gonna survey it up, flat map of that.
And then, just when the board calls you, so you can explain it to them. I don't think that's an issue. Well, we do have a police number above it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right now, I'm wondering. Hey, Rich, we need an Italian restaurant up there.
I know you do. We'd love to have one. Make sure I said it the right spot.
I had to do the same thing. Because it's different than the last time. Yeah, start down, start getting,
Yeah, Monday. Monday.
I like to drive.
It's not as bad as I was afraid it would be.
How'd you go?
It was 76 and 77. Yeah. When I'm going south, everything's bottled up at 224 coming in. And reverse, when I'm coming north and leaving, everything's bottled up at 241 and 77. So it's like my commute must be the correct way for the minority of traffic between everything. So
It's different, it's different, and if you want, I will set that
I
meeting.
got tired of the highway.
yeah,
And
It was high.
yes, it took me
I don't know if
maybe
that's outrageous,
5
but
minutes. I don't know
Yeah.
how long it took you.
I'll set the, I know the guy, whenever you want to.
yeah,
It's
it's
Tom,
my 45 minutes.
Tom
It's
Weezy
taking
with
me
the
down on the
script.
highway, I never know anything but straight down the road.
Yeah.
I was considering giving it a try
What do you
because
have?
I much prefer non-interstate for sure.
It takes me 40 minutes to do. When you're off so much
Reach
miles.
South
out.
does count, yeah.
Right.
We're gonna-
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow.
I'd love to sit
Yeah,
down with you.
43, and then you can come on 619, come south.
Yeah.
I like to go right past CVS, take the back street.
Okay.
I mean, it's the farm, you know, good down the road.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nicer drive.
Yeah,
It's just,
I'll give it a shot.
I don't know. I hate the highway, unless I'm going on vacation somewhere. And it's got a good destination or something, but it's just a much nicer drive to downtown.
I've been telling everybody as they come in.
There's always something going on the highway.
Yeah, if you haven't heard or been told, if you're going to
Somewhere.
state name, there's a sign-in sheet up on the table, please,
It's about the same.
sign in, there's
Yeah.
also agendas there on the table if you want a copy of the agenda.
Are you gonna speak? Are you talking? No? You're listening.
You got what, 5 minutes?
Oh, 4 minutes.
Oh, this is, I'll need this back, but I'll pass this down. They just handed me this. This is a letter from, Bald Point and then their signatures to follow, so you guys can take a look at that. Because that's not, it wasn't on the website as far as the signatures, so.
But these are
But we'll put that into the record, so just give it back to me so I could enter it into the minutes.
These are all the people in favor of it. I'm kidding. Tell you one thing.
Good thing they didn't all show up.
Yeah, if they would all show up, we'd
Yeah, I
have,
think what's our max is 46 here, so.
Is it? I could all sit down in the basement and have TV party.
there's 2 seats up here in front. We won't bite you if you sit there.
This is all for you. This is all for the flag shaped lot. No, look at the backside.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
No. You gonna be speaking this evening?
You have to sign.
Sign-in sheet over here, if you would please sign in, anyone who will be speaking. There's also agendas over there if you would like to take a look.
just got an email at 7:50, wait. 6:53, Scott just emailed me and said, where's the meeting at? Scott's on his way. Etling.
Oh, okay.
So I just sent it back to him and said, community center. I don't know if he knows where, I would hope.
Well, he was here, before.
I thought he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the office and
We're
I
live
was gonna
right
say, has he even been to a meeting yet? Since we
Yeah,
were
I
here?
think he was here.
Yeah,
I
Hey,
think
Bruce,
he was at the
we're
last
live
one.
right now.
we are live right now? Okay. Yeah, we have 1 minute yet. Well, if he's on his way, we'll give him an extra. We'll delay.
Give him a few
Give him a
minutes.
few minutes.
You both look out.
Okay, so this is a letter from a majority of people.
You guys just got it.
That letter we entered in this evening.
I'm glad you're here. Yeah, but once, you know what, once I knew everything was changing, I gotta get hold of them. Yeah, because you guys weren't even here. Absolutely. Yes.
It is 7 o'clock. We do have one other member who's
Supposed to open the car.
texted saying he's on his way, so we'll give him a few minutes before we get started.
I'll ask Rich, but I think it's this winter, because they're moving along pretty good.
Boy, they're moving fast on
And it looks
Oh,
fantastic.
I like the,
That's the standard. Like, Vince, you gotta be with me on this. We gotta have this stone. It just looks so good. You know, it keeps everything looking classy.
yeah.
I've got like the new community center signs are going in,
Yeah.
you know, at our board, and they're all stone. We'll set that standard. Same thing with the new Aldi sign coming in. Same thing.
so you want to take a look at this?
Then we'll give him to about 5 after. Hopefully he'll show up by then.
I think my watch is slow anyhow, so. I don't know my phone yet.
Do you want me to call Scott? Because he's got his mobile.
I was swore he was at
Hey, Scott, it's Mike.
at
Did you
one
get my,
of the
did
meetings
you
here.
get the email?
The first one.
Oh, it
we
says
had.
community
I'm
center.
not sure. He wasn't at the last meeting, but I thought he was at the.
Yeah, the
one
old house in the
before.
back, in the back. He's at Pythagoras. Down
That's
the
on
road.
43.
That's
Are
what.
you
he
on-
done.
That's on 43.
Yeah. he
They're
needs
lost
to
as
come.
well. Which homeowners are you talking about? Homeowners Nicole. I don't know who that. McLean. She's an applicant today? I don't have her on there. All right. Let me shoot you the address here, okay? I'll text it to you right now. Yes, 40, yeah, 4121, I think is that, yeah. All right. Okay, bye. I don't know where he's at.
What's that?
I didn't know where he was saying he was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
He's not that far away.
just down a little bit.
Just on the other side of Howard Road.
Yeah. Have you ever talked to Bill Kramer? Is he, what's he been up to? You talked to Bill Kramer?
I haven't seen him in a long time. He was, can't remember the last time I ran into him. Maybe Myers or Mars or something. Yes, apparently it's not, hasn't been there.
No, must not have been. I might have been dreaming.
Now he's in that trouble. Place to park.
Yeah, that's,
I just park this way.
I was thinking about that when I came in then, because I was quite, I was thinking, it must be gonna be a big crowd and
Right?
first surgery wasn't anything real serious, was it? Or-
No, it was outpatient.
Oh,
So she's okay, but it's gonna be a while recovery, just the location is bad. And then you always have a risk of it, you know,
yeah,
infection.
yeah.
So, he said there's a homeowner with, I don't know who the homeowner is. Maybe somebody from the development or something?
Oh, maybe. Because I don't know if any,
Everything that I put out for you guys should be in order of the meeting, like I tried to put it on. I'm gonna try to get everything digital for us coming up. I'm not so sure we could legally do that, you know, from the state law. And I'd like to try to at least pursue it and get everybody some kind of laptop or something.
I think somebody don't have to.
Well, that's just it. I'm stuck with a ton of paper like that.
and then it's,
I know. It's much easier that way, just emailing it than trying to. But the records retention for Ohio, for a township, they want you to keep paper. There's nothing as far as digital, or it's like kind of crazy.
well, I know the condo, we have everything on paper. See all the files and crap.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Some of that stuff you keep permanently,
I know.
so. He's trying to come in
That's
there.
what kind of doing.
Hey,
Like moving it, tell me. Okay.
This can't be good.
Bruce, I think we could get going. They'll come in the front, whoever else is.
All righty, I'd like to call the Brimfield Township Board of Zoning Appeals for Wednesday, October 20th, 2021 to order. We could start with roll call, please.
Bruce Nippenberg,
Here.
Scott Etling,
Here eventually.
Vince Murdocco,
Here,
Ed Schutte, absent. Sean Phillips.
Here.
Alternates William Kramer, here. Clayton Poppe.
Here.
All right. And then we also have our zoning inspector and economic development director, Michael Ladd. And then our IT director, Brian Gardner, is in the building.
he's hiding in the
Hiding in the
basement.
basement.
Yes.
So,
Thanks, thank you.
one more.
Come on in this way. Sorry. No, I heard.
Okay, again, for anyone who wishes to speak this evening, we do have a sign-up sheet on the table. If you would please sign in. There's also agendas on the table if you need an agenda. Okay, we're holding off on approval of September's minutes.
Yes.
Okay. We do have an agenda. Do we have a motion regarding our agenda?
I'll make a motion that we accept the agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, everything's been advertised and, okay.
Yes, and you should have all the comments were emailed to you guys as well as put on the website, so.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second. We could have a roll call, please,
Oh, for the,
for the agenda.
Yeah.
oh, roll call. Let's do Bruce Nippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Murdocco,
Yes,
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Poppe.
Yes.
All right. Okay, at this time, anybody who is wishing to speak this evening, I would like to swear those individuals in. Doesn't matter which of the agendas you're here about, but so anyone who is, we will, I'll just go around. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give before this board is to the best of your knowledge and accurate, truthful presentation of the facts? If so, in turn, say I do, state your name and your relationship to the case. So who would like to go first?
Sign Luke Bellin, and I do.
Okay,
Bill Anderson, resident, and I do.
okay,
Rich Costin, land development, I do.
Nigel Tate, CSO Inc. for Valvoline, I do.
Chris Dooley, Valvoline Incorporated, and I do.
Like Wool Engineering, and I do. Keith Mitchell, Palmieri Enterprises, and I do.
Dr. Dittinger, resident, and
and over here,
Jason Arbor, resident, and I do.
oh, I'm sorry,
Frank Costanzo, I do.
all right,
Jonathan Call, president, I do.
okay,
Nicole Thornton, resident, and I do.
thank you. All right. The first matter on our agenda is Frank DeSantis?
DeSanzo.
so,
DeSanzo? Okay. So, let's see. Okay, conditional use.
It's creating a flag-shaped lot.
Oh, it's, yeah, just a second. I'm looking, it's not there.
It's on the back of the agenda.
Oh, on the back, okay,
Second.
thank you. So, this is zoned R residential 1, conditional use request, applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to create a flag-shaped lot. Is the applicant here? Okay, you like to tell us what it is you want, and
I
reasons for it?
bought 10 acres. I want to split the house off, add the lot to my existing property and sell the house. That's the goal.
Okay. Do you have a map or something?
You should have the drawing in front of you. First
Okay.
one underneath the application.
Oh, right here, got it.
It's a split and combination survey.
All right. So which lot will become the flagship lot?
Okay, so this will tie into this. And I also own this one, and I also own this one.
Okay,
I'm gonna put this and this together and then cut off the house and sell the house in front.
okay, so this,
It's just gonna be a piece of land attached to my other piece of land.
oh, it'll like go along here?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be straight across because there's a Brimfield ditch runs through there and I don't want anybody messing with it, so I'm gonna probably put the property line here somewhere.
Okay, and how large a lot are we gonna create here?
Is that? I don't know, he never told me. 7.6
7.6
acres.
acres.
And this one says, I don't know, doesn't say.
Okay, so it'll be this area and this area.
Yes.
This will be split off from this, and
Okay,
this will be added to this.
okay.
I also own this one back here that runs all the way from one end to
But
the
but
other.
this is the lot that's going to need
Yeah.
access. And
I
that-
don't need access because I'll have it from my other house.
Right, but this lot will be separate,
That'll be separated. It has a drive and it has 3 horse lines on it.
okay, and the drive goes to where?
The drive is right here
I
in
mean,
front.
right out here.
I don't need access to it because I'm coming through here. I'm just saving it for,
Got it.
to have
Okay.
that property.
You own that parcel on Talmadge Road?
Yes. Talmadge Road, Sandy Lake Road. Which one are you showing?
The L stall, the one next to that, on Talmadge Road, all the way up by his,
In the front there.
in the front.
No, that's somebody else.
And the one right next to it?
He's got, yeah, it's the one right next to it. He's got a little tiny piece of property there. That's, the people I'm trying to sell it to is his daughter and his son.
Got it.
Want to make sure there's driveway access, we don't create an enclosed lot.
No, well, actually, it will be accessible, which I don't plan on doing anything, but it'll be accessible from my Sandy Lake Road. I own this one, this one, this one, and this one.
So it's not a typical
It's not a-
flag lot because it's in that we're worried about frontage.
And it's basically
This, it's a
unbuildable.
flag because you got this big piece. back here.
Exactly.
The whole back end is
But
swamp.
this is becoming this will become a single lot.
Yes,
This
this will be one
This
big lot.
big T will become a single lot.
Yeah, he's combining.
And there's no way anybody could build farther back anyhow, because it's wetlands.
Wetlands.
Yeah, they'd have a hell of a time getting back there.
Okay, does the zoning department have anything to add?
I have no issues with it.
Okay. Do we have any other questions from the board? Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve this variance.
It's a
Flagship,
conditional
conditional,
flagship.
yeah, flagship.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the flag-shaped lot for conditional use. We have a roll call vote, please.
Yep. Bruce Nippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Murdacco,
Yes,
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Popper.
Yes.
Is it proper to walk out or should I sit?
You can walk out.
Yeah, you do not want to stay.
Do I need anything
You
signed or anything?
No, I'll get you
Unless you
the
wanna get
paperwork, like, the original Mylar on this, give it to me. If we don't have it already, I'll sign off. Yeah, I'll sign it tomorrow.
good luck.
Okay, our next application is Jerry and William Hawkins. Conditional use request. Applicant is requesting a conditional use permit to keep a residential structure with a home-based business in a GC district. This is from zoning resolution section 520.6A, non-conforming use of a building, structure, or land shall not be changed or substituted to another non-conforming use unless the Board of Zoning Appeals decides that the proposed non-conforming use is less conflict with the character and the use of the applicable zoning district than the existing non-conforming use. Okay, is our applicant here?
Yes, Gary.
Okay. If you'd like to please tell us what it is that you're trying to do here.
I'm trying to open up the farm market that runs through different cities over here. It's agriculture, it's on GCC, and that's, it's all that business. We grow and that will buy local produce from our local vendors and the farmers in the area. We'll also grow corn and green beans and berries on the property that's just behind the house. And we just want to open up season one, run through March through December. And the roadside market, it just was very simple. It's just vegetables that are grown locally by the local farmers and things that we grow ourselves. It doesn't require buildings. If I had to do the structure that we have, we could put up under 200 square feet. There's nothing that's dangerous there. We put a lot of time and effort in it. And it's probably where it used to be now. So it's going to be a healthy environment for children and all as well. So I don't see any problem that I've come up with so far that would create any issues. We've got that control too. There's a first thing there that was one way out there was on 43. But now we have access to Howell Road as well as 43.
Okay, yeah, as I say, this has come before us before.
We're aware of that, so we have got access to that.
So, if I may,
Go ahead, yes.
so they came before you before this was turned down. This is a residential home that if it was turned into a farmer's market in a GC district and solely was and went through the building department, made the proper changes to it to make it a market, I would approve it as a permitted use. But since it's a residential home that they rent from a landlord, and then they want to change the use from a residential structure, which is a non-conforming use down on State Route 43, to rent the house plus have a farm market in the front.
Now, are you going to be doing a structure as well?
No, there's no structure. The house is on completely, it's like a 30 acres, so you can see it's a lot of property. And there's two driveways, one for the house and one for the other lot. There's no building that's on it. So this would not have anything to do with the house at all.
So, and the reason they're back here is because they said they made changes to the plan on
We
parking.
did, where it's a driveway to slow down some of the traffic to get in and out. Whatever is necessary, we'll comply with whatever is necessary to do it.
But I think as I remember also, I mean, you were just talking about putting tables out on.
Yes, if you need like regular banquet tables, like 4 by 8 feet,
Nothing permanent.
feet, they can be taken down, and there are nice metal ones, and they're nothing that's less attractive. Everybody has their own taste of what attractive is, but I just think they're just regular tables. That's nice, and you want to buy food from a clean place, so that's what you're up to provide for the public, as well as safety and the COVID-19, safety issues as well. Masking, sanitation for people that comes in.
So how far down on on Howell Road then is the driveway go?
How far down does the driveway go past?
Yeah, because you got the car lot on the corner.
Well, it was, of course, there's the used car over there, so it's the same driveway. There's the owner owns that as well, so that's where he's using that as the in or out, whichever they choose to do.
Does the landlord have any issues with this?
No.
No.
It's in that plan. It's really not a bad place. It's really safe. There's a lot of room for children to play in the back. I see no issues or any safety issues at all at this point.
So I'm looking at this one. Okay, so you're proposing a parking lot as well?
Yes, that's correct.
And that will be up in front of the house on 40,
Yes.
so it'll be on
Going back
43.
whatever it's, rules and regulations and nothing.
I mean, because generally speaking, parking lots should be, not out front.
Exactly, so we want to create, so there's plenty of room for that to be.
And I'm not sure I see any. Okay, I'm not sure that I see where we're talking about coming out on Howe Road. Can you show us here on the map?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you're here.
It's the part, you got car dealer, so it goes straight from, it's the straight from my place over to past, to the driveway of CarMax.
Oh, you're actually gonna use the car?
Yes, that's the
car
same.
lot.
That's the only, that is the same property as well.
There's no existing drive there now, though.
I'm sorry?
There's no existing drive there now.
There is.
You're saying, he's talking-
They can't have
He's
access to
gonna use
43.
the,
They've only got one access to Al Road, and they'll have Al Road and 43 access.
So in this picture here, you're talking about entering their lot right here.
Correct.
That would be the first one off of Howe Road and then 43 this way.
And then you would go through their lot on the 43.
Right, yes.
Now, is that your property, the owner of the
That's the
property?
owner, Frank Arthur, is the owner, and he's agreed to do that as well.
We have that, right?
And the parties are on the CarMax.
Yeah, I gave you everything,
Okay.
everything that was given to me.
yeah,
Should be in this package with the Jerry Hawkins.
Right. There's also some images here about, these, actually images of the yards.
Yes.
Is this going to be cleaned up or?
No, that's what we cleaned up, that's the before pictures. and now-
This is before?
Yeah, before,
Okay.
yeah.
I was going to say, it still looks like that.
Some days we got somewhere to get a lot of money in there, because we really improved it.
Okay.
oh yeah, I've been by there now. Yeah.
But I have a letter from some neighbors that they are very happy with the way it's looked and the way they're happy to do that, so. I'm happy, it's a lot of hard work as well, but, it's what we like to do, we've been from all the life.
You see the document signed by Lyman. Mike, I was still looking for an agreement, so an agreement with Value Max,
Yes, we have one.
a signed one. Can you
I
scan
can
it?
get that.
Is that says page 7? Is that the agreement? It's the last page in the.
Oh,
Normally, this wouldn't be an issue, and, if this is something like a farmer's market, like, for example, they have an agriculture permit, and you're allowed to have a fruit stand off the side of the road because you're selling your product. This is a little bit unique.
this is.
Because they will be selling some of your own product, but most of your most of what you're gonna sell
Well,
is.
some of the corn and like, the green beans will grow, strawberries will grow, and things that, pumpkins will grow.
There's no agriculture permit for the.
Okay.
Yeah, supporting letter is on page 7.
This one.
Actually, that's not, no.
I was gonna say this.
That's
That's
not it.
his,
Yeah.
that's his, I didn't see anything from there.
But he did sign the application.
What are you gonna be your hours of operation?
Well, I understand you guys have certain hours, Brimfield Township, or certain hours that we're allowed to be open. With perishable products, you don't want to be set wrong, so we're going to work on that as well. Usually, hot summer months, 7 days a week. That's where the times I would have to go comply with your guys' hours of operation and day.
Well, generally speaking, we allow you to
Well, probably we have.
especially in the area you're at. It's not like you're in a big residential area where you're gonna be
Right.
disturbing your neighbors and so forth.
I'll see from 9 to 7 p.m. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay, and how many employees are we looking at?
Well, no, tell me about you, 3. That's my brother.
Okay, so, no, you're self-employed, but,
Yeah,
okay.
What are you gonna use for signage or?
well, I would make my own sign as well.
You know, have any of those bouncing
No.
characters.
Assuming it'll be,
Do that way.
will it be a temporary sign you just take down every day?
Yes.
If you plan on doing a permanent one, you have to come back and see Mike.
Right. And then what we know, telephone laws, they're more than effective.
I mean, I would like to see some kind of signage indicating that, I mean, I mean, people coming in off of 43 might be one thing, but, I don't think you want, like northbound traffic coming in off of 43. I mean, there's a turn lane there, but I think the turn lane actually starts up closer to the car lot.
Well, we cleaned out a lot of the trees for the, visualization of the property, so we would be able to do something.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I would like to see most of your traffic goes off of Howe Road, you know, and through the car lot, if that's what these people are indicating. Don't want to see a lot of traffic going in and off of 43, because that's where we're looking at a safety issue. And, I don't know how to control that, but. So this will be 7 days a week, rain or shine, or just beautiful weather? You're not gonna have tents or anything, it's gonna be tables.
Well, keep in mind that, you know, this whole decision is based upon the proposed non-conforming uses in less conflict with the character and use of the applicable zoning district. So it does, you know, the farm market does meet that, but then you have a residential home that you're renting on top of the farm market as well. So it's kind of mixing the uses, which, you know, I haven't heard back from fire or police on this as far as that.
I was wondering if they.
I haven't got anything back.
Structures, I don't think we need to worry about any right? I'm our architect in the group there.
No. No.
My main concern is the agreement between you and Value Access.
Yes, that's no problem.
Yeah, we just need to see that. So they would just put a condition on that.
You can continue it also.
Because,
We could continue or could.
I would say I'd rather than
Just wait.
make a condition on that.
Get that probably tomorrow.
Conditional on that.
I would like to see it continue until they produce the proper documentation as well. I mean, that's my feeling on it.
Yeah, I can get that tomorrow for you.
And then maybe a plan on how you're going to get most of the traffic in through Howe Road rather than off of 43.
That way we could get something back from police. making
And we
sure
can
that-
get, we can request something from the police department, when they take a look at it from a safety standpoint. You know,
I'd like to see the sign too.
So you want to make a motion to continue that for next month?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we continue until next month.
I'll second it.
Okay, and that we're looking for the letter, for agreement, and that we request something from the police department on safety.
On the traffic, so you have the sketch ready for the police department and I'll provide it to them and then they can give you an answer on that. So I'll do a roll call.
Now, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Bruce Nippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling.
Yes.
Vince Brodacco,
Yes.
Sean Phillips, Dave Poppy.
Yes.
So you are continuing to the next BZA, then they'll make a decision on the next.
Okay, sounds good, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
you see this as well?
Well,
I wasn't looking at their,
oh, I saw that, I mean, it didn't have.
okay. All right. Our next one is a variance application. Sion Belknap, or Belknap, yeah, Belknap. Applicant is requesting a variance to exceed total sign square footage. Zoning resolution section 700.13 C3. Sign face shall not exceed 32 square feet. It was the applicant, present.
Well, I'm not Sion, but I am the applicant.
You're the applicant, okay.
Lou Belknap, Sion had an emergency tonight, so she couldn't be here.
Thank you.
This is the same thing that you have with the added features to it, so we're going to make sure you have a language feature on it. So with that, The only thing different on that drawing that you just received is the lighting features that they're going to put on it, which will be straight up and down, no reflection to the streets or traffic. This particular sign that they're showing you here, as far as I'm aware of, is it meets all of the setback requirements, so there's no issue with setbacks and stuff. It is the square footage based upon what we need to do for representing the tenants in a respectable size for the area with the flow of traffic and the different actual areas, shopping areas, different things that's actually around it. We have other signs that's very similar to it. So we appreciate the same courtesy to have this sign match with other signs that we have in that proper area there. It will be parceled out, for different tenants in that area. It's not all developed. I'm not familiar with the area, but I don't think it's all developed as yet. But you folks are familiar with it, so to keep the square footage, the top half of the sign would be roughly 26 square feet. The bottom half for the tenants is going to be about 96 square feet. And then you break it down by the square footage on each one of the tenants. You've got 3 tenants at 24 inches high, so you've got 16 square foot, then the remaining amounts broke down by square footage per tenant. And it is an illuminated sign.
This is the same, we're talking about the Maple Crest area.
So this is not Maple Crest. This is right next to Maple Crest. This is Brimfield Crossings, whole new shopping, professional development type thing, medical. Rich Costin is here with Lemon and Lemon.
I can speak. My name is Rich Costin. I'm representing Maple Crest Development, and in this case, it'd be Brimfield Commons Development. So Brimfield Commons is to the west of Maple Crest. It's all the way over to the county line. So it's its own area. It does connect with Maple Crest. It does come out and has its own light on Townage Road. So this is a pylon sign to kind of designate the area. There's 29 acres total, and that's what this is supposed to represent. This sign should be in line with the Cascades. They have a pylon sign in front of Townage Road. We came to you guys whenever we did Maple Crest and asked for a similar size sign the Cascade has, and this is in line with that. It's not as big as the Maple Crest. Again, just kind of scale it down a little bit. But again, it is to signify the location, the general plan that's out there, the area, and so each tenant has their own sign on to it. So,
And the first tenant on the first lot will be Aldi's. As you see, Aldi's is on the list already.
they've signed up, so yeah.
So this is going to cross over to Cricket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So that, because I was asking you last time what that did, what they were doing there.
Yeah. So actually have an aerial there that they actually provided that shows you the
Right here.
spaces, yeah. How that just joins into the properties.
A little side note, we were asked to try to incorporate Brimfield into the names. That's what we did. So it kind of designates, there's no townspeople here, but as you're crossing into Brimfield, And this is where you're entering, and that was part of the reason for that, so.
So on here now, where's the sign gonna go? On your aerial?
Flip the page, you said?
Oh, yeah. One more page.
One more page.
Oh, I just,
So the front half of Holdings, the front parcel Holdings.
Okay, right here is where the pylon sign goes. If you go back to your other page.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably easier.
So, okay, we're right here, here's Aldi, and
Okay.
everybody see, Scott, you guys
Yeah.
see, okay, so you know where Aldi's gonna go, it'll go right in the Aldi lot, so it'll be on the southwest corner of the Aldi lot.
So
Which will be right next to Apartment Drive,
car wash is gonna be part of it.
Car wash, is part of Maple Crest, so here you can see, there's a separation.
Okay,
This was the original Maple Crest going east,
okay.
with Menards, and the car wash that kind of ends Maple Crest.
Got it,
And then
okay.
everything west is Brimfield Commons, that's what we're here for.
So Brimfield Commons and not Crossing.
It's crossing.
It's cross, I apologize.
it's Brimfield Crossing is what they,
Okay,
I apologize, I probably said that how many times?
so it's gonna be a similar sign to Maple Crest.
That is correct.
Same-
That's what we're asking for, to designate.
Same decor, same brick, same
Style,
same
same
style.
formats, trying to keep everything in that area looking the same.
Perfect.
I think it's. good.
Just to clarify, Mike, there's two.
I was gonna say-
There's two items here, I think.
If you're asking for extra square footage, you gotta be asking for extra height.
That's correct.
And
Just so you know, there's their back-to-back issues here.
We're used to it.
You know, I think if you take a look at the sign, I think it looks upscale. It looks like what we're doing with the car wash and everything else with the stonework and keeping that architectural standard.
Yes.
And then again, each tenant will have their own little sign as well.
Correct. Yes, they will have their own, they will meet, and we've told all the tenants that they need to meet your requirements. We will not support asking for a special sign in each individual outlet. We want them to do the monument signs and meet.
So they'll be similar to the monument signs the other at Maple Crest.
Silly question, this is an LED sign, right?
That's all I built.
That's all good, okay.
That's all it's on.
Most of them nowadays are.
Even the floodlights,
Yeah.
LEDs. I even do my retros with LEDs.
Yeah.
LED lamp.
That's what they use.
Okay, so what is our variance that we're requesting here? How many
First
square
one.
feet?
So the first one is the sign
square
face shall
foot.
not exceed 32 square foot. What's your total square foot on that sign, right?
It's 120.4. 122.4.
And that's both sides?
That's both sides. Well, I mean, that's the sign. I use one side. So if you go by two sides, it's 244.
Which is what we did.
I'm not sure what. Well, some cities take both sides. and-
We take,
Yeah, we take both sides. So variance would have to incorporate both sides.
Yeah, okay.
Is it two-sided or front?
It is two-sided. And of course, the square footage is based on whatever you approve, is what the tenant would be able to use. And they would have to, it'd be up to Mike to say, well, each tenant has to apply for each sign panel to go in there so you can review what it looks like.
which would be a permitted use, not coming back to.
Right. It's just a matter of information to you, who's going and what they're doing.
Okay, so,
And make sure the occupancies are done.
so the total of both sides is?
Should be 244.8.
44.8. And you're allowed 32?
Yes.
There's really no regulation on these monuments like that, so
Okay.
that's why it's.
So we're not looking for a number on variance?
I mean, yeah, there is, but I'm just saying that we don't have anything in the code other than 32 square foot, which is like a typical doctor's office,
Right.
instead of like a multi.
Which I wasn't sure how the 32 fit in, if it's supposed to be 32 or 64. What does it say if it's one side or two sides?
Right.
It's kind of a little there.
Just to put you in a little perspective, I do have like the Cascades, it's 382 square feet for one side. So, like times two, I don't know, you're 3 or just under 700, 660, something like that. Just to give you an idea of scale, and I could look at the Maple Crest one too if you want.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Yeah, so it's smaller than the Cascade side.
But the scale fits to the area and for the travel and traffic and attendance spaces you're gonna
We
have.
just want to make sure Brimfield is
Yeah.
as part of this.
That's it.
Like, what's his grip?
We need that idea.
Brimfield is at the
That's
top.
what-
Jim will below.
That's right.
That's why I
And
asked.
if you miss that, we're got an entrance sign coming in right at town.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully. So we're looking for 212.8 square feet in variance?
Yes.
That's what I,
Okay. Do we have any other questions regarding the square footage of the sign?
No, sir.
All right. And again, it's won't, no lights will shed out onto the highway or the road or?
Nothing direct, no, it'll be,
Yeah, just like,
it'll go out there, all the signs.
nobody will be blinded.
There won't be
driving by.
anything directly spotlighted to the road. That's
You're not gonna attach waving.
No, not unless you see something later, but no.
Nothing temporary about any of the signs.
Right, no, nothing temporary. And that's why what it indicates, that the desired light that they have is an up and down light. It will not be flooding
Got it.
from the perimeter of the base. Or the top of the side.
Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion that we approve the 212.8.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the variance of 212.8 square feet. Get a roll call vote, please.
Bruce Lippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Rodacro,
Yes.
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
Okay. And then the second one is a variance request, same individual. Applicant is requesting the variance to increase overall sign height. Zoning resolution, section 700.1 B, C3, overall height shall be no greater than 6 feet.
Okay, the same thing applies, is they're trying to keep the mass and the structure and everything looking proper. We've got an actual 3-foot stone base beneath it, which erases the sign automatically. It takes up half of what you're allowed, and then the other half is gonna be the sign that is actually 15 feet tall in height. So the total sign is 18 feet to grade
Okay.
with a 3-foot base.
What's code?
6.
6. So we would need 12
12-foot.
12 foot 3 inches.
But it's, we did that for the other one because
Right? Sure. Okay, do we have any questions regarding the height of the sign? Or anything else? All right. Entertain a motion regarding the height of the sign.
I'll make a motion to approve this height of the sign.
I'll second it.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to grant the variance of 12 foot 3 inches
Foot 3.
to allow for an 18 foot 3 inch sign. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Bruce Lippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling,
Yes.
Vince Rodacro,
Yes.
Sean Phillips,
Yes.
Clayton Powell.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When are they gonna start building that?
That's going to be time that,
Yes. It'll all be done by next, September.
I have a lot of people asking, that's why.
The Always there, it'll be a pylon on the road.
Nice car wash. Nice Italian restaurant.
We're working on that.
Good.
Maybe you'll end up with a consultant.
You want to make sure about that?
You are good. Good.
All right, we're trying.
That's right, we're
All right, our next applicant, Polymer Enterprises, Pride One Klein LLC. Applicant is requesting a conditional use permit for a planned residential development. Zoning resolution, section 30602B5, planned residential development subject to the provisions of Chapter 4 and Section 400.10B, subsection 56. Okay, so this is just for the conditional use, correct?
Yes. As you know, you guys, you have seen this before, you approved the conditional use before, different developer, and he's got a different variance seeking on the next line item as well.
Right, so but the conditional use is,
It's actually still active. Conditional use is still active. There's change in the plans because he's got it at 20 foot on these plans that you see tonight. So you'd have to, if you're going to approve the conditional use again, approve the conditional use, but it would be, once you prove that, it sets back at the zoning code of 35 foot. And then the next step would be, next line would be at 35 foot.
okay.
Or I'm sorry,
I mean, in order, we're going to do the conditional permit.
conditional use first, then.
And then we'll look at the variance.
Correct.
Okay. So if the applicant, you would let us know, tell us your story.
I'm Steve Mitchell with Palmieri Enterprises. Here to hopefully develop Waldman Point Phase 2. We're asking to reinstate the conditional use that was there. We made a slight modification to the plan. There's less lots on there, so we dropped a lot. Made a stub to the north, so there is a plan modification there. But we're just asking for conditional use, just like Phase 1 was conditional use, to get that in. We're just asking for continuance on that. In this case, I'm going to reinstate.
So it's the same minus one lot.
Correct.
The road was extended a little bit to make up for the wider lots, but the general layout is the same as what you saw last year.
Do you have any questions regarding the conditional use? What were the total number of lots we're looking
It's 50, Phase 2.
at? Was 51, we're looking at 50.
And I'll let you know that you do have letters on this, and this is the signed letters. These were given to you guys via email as well as posted on the website.
Right.
The only thing that you weren't missing were the signatures.
Where are the signatures? And
And then, I would like you guys to, whatever you guys decide to do, make a motion to accept those letters, put them into.
right, okay. For the most part, the letter indicates an opposition to the variance as opposed to the conditional use. But again, as the zoning inspector said, this letter is available online for anybody that wishes to read the entire letter. So, should we move first then on the letter to include that?
I make a motion that we include those in the record, the letters in the record.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to include the letter and the signatures into the record. Roll call, please.
Bruce Nippenberg.
Yes.
Scott Etling.
Yes.
Vince Brodacco.
Yes.
Sean Phillips.
Yes.
Dave Comic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So again, we act upon the conditional permit. It would take whatever was set up before with the variance back to 35 feet between buildings. So, but other than that, it would be the same as what we were looking at before. And it's all right here.
Yeah.
So, which lot are we losing?
One, we just lost one. It's just a combination of just shifting some things around.
Oh,
We
okay.
extended the road. We put this stub into the north on our
Okay.
conversations with the county. So pretty much the road layout stays the same, just extended, and we lost a lot in the process.
Okay, so this was something the county requested?
They requested, and they usually want to do that to stub to the north. And this is actually township property. This is that parkland, I believe, to the north.
Yeah, so there's Mesner Park, Mesner Acres.
Okay.
Up to the side there. We actually asked the applicant to extend the road into Klein. There's a little stub road in there, but it's a 2-to-1 slope, Mike, going down into there.
And crossing the stream with.
And you have, actually, your open space in your park area is is quite a bit. The only thing that, you know, that I haven't seen similar to other communities was you know, walking paths. I don't know if there's any kind of walking path that you could get in there or add to it for amenities or, not so sure. You have the wetlands in the back.
So will everybody have access to the open space?
There is access to it. We will have a trail, but it'll just be basically coming in here, this open space.
Okay,
This open space and going around this retention pond.
okay.
And
Is that gonna
everything,
be-
because this gets steep and it goes down to this wetland area there. So,
So this isn't, you're not expecting many people to be down there?
no, it's not a place I worry. People should be tromping around, but yeah.
Are you stoning it? Is that what you're doing?
We're still in discussions with the county, but we'd probably end up stoning it.
And you can make that as a conditional, so like a stone walking trail or whatever, as part of your.
You said that area though back there is wetlands?
Yes.
Because I know like right now, we have a problem with we have a stone path in our wetlands and
Yes.
every time it rains, it gets washed out.
Yeah, we're not going down to that area.
Yeah, but I'm saying is if the grade slopes down too much, it just, all that stone just ends up at the bottom. Yeah.
You're just talking about stoning
Yeah,
around,
we're gonna have a
around the
area,
pond.
I'm
around
sorry
the
about
pond
the
area.
pond. Okay.
Yeah, so there's-
I thought you were talking in the back, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
We have the right access around the stormwater basin, this access right where it's going down here, so it'll be.
Yeah, it was my mistake, I'm sorry.
And then, your open space block E. Okay, that would have anybody coming on this cul-de-sac could go back in there. Was there anything at all back in here?
No, it's steep, it's a steep slope going
Just
down, so
open.
more wetlands,
Okay.
down in the stream.
Again, it'll be something less than useful. Okay. Do we have any other questions then about the conditional? So this one, as we're looking at now, already, your building envelopes are already at 20 feet apart?
That one would show 20 feet apart.
Okay. So if we, if you don't get to 20 feet, how many of these lots will we lose?
Possibly all of them.
All of them?
I don't know. I don't know if it becomes feasible to even do it at that point.
Right.
So,
But I mean,
Yeah.
say you were gonna go on with it anyway.
there's one at 450, kind of a 30,
You'd probably lose 10 or 15 at least.
Okay.
5-ish, 36.
Do we have anything more about the conditional? Do we have a motion?
Do we have to cancel the original one?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no, because new owner.
So it's a new ownership?
Different name. This is Palmieri Enterprises.
Basically just granting the new.
So we're basically just accepting the plan as is.
Because the plan changed slightly from the original conditional. use.
I would, you know, you could accept it for the roads and for the initial layout based on condition. If it's-
I make a motion that we accept the plans based on the road and the original layout. Does that work?
Works.
And that would include the, what we spoke about this evening,
Yeah.
the stone walk around.
Stone walk around,
So,
detention basin.
okay. All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use with the new layout and new owners.
Good.
Your roll call, please.
Bruce Nippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Atling,
Yes.
Vince Bardacco.
Yes.
Sean Phillips.
Yes.
Clayton Popick.
Yes. Okay. Our next one is same applicant. Applicant is requesting a variance to allow for a 20-foot building separation, zoning resolution 400.10B.56L5, principal building space requirements. The minimum separation between dwellings shall be 35 feet. That was revised in 2007. Okay, Billy.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Again, here on behalf of the variance, we're asking for a 15-foot variance, 20-foot between homes. Given home buyers' preferences today about the homes and not large lots, this is more in line with what we find a lot of the buyers are requiring or asking for. They don't want to maintain large homes, lots, I should say, they don't like large homes, they don't want to maintain a large lot. 20-foot, we see 20-foot in other communities around the area. Cranberry has 20-foot, Hickory was just approved with 20-foot, so we're asking for the same line as approval as that. By keeping 20-foot, we have small lots, we're able to preserve more of the open space, stay away from some of the slopes, not have to totally, if we do move forward with a larger lot, we'll have to, we trash in a second, we have to level it down. This, we're able to preserve more of the environment around us. So that's the reason for the 20-foot.
And you would lose most of the open spaces.
Well, we have to have open space per code, so we'd have that, but we'd be, whatever, everything else would be, it would be like going up to Maplehurst. We'd just be level on everything else. To be able to squeeze everything in, make a 75-foot work.
The original had the same.
See, the only thing different in the original phases and what the letters have said and everything else is your setback of your house is at 25 foot, which meets the code now. The original phases were 35 foot setback from the road right of ways. That's different, and I don't know if you're joining this HOA or what are you
We're discussing that with these people.
I mean, under the original conditional use, they were the same. 20-foot variance was there.
So originally, no, the other homes, I don't know the separation of those exactly. And then Mike, you looked at some of those too, I think.
Yeah, most of them were 35 feet from Google Earth aerials. It looked like there was a few that were a little bit less, but of course we didn't go out and measure each one.
Talking about existing homes or the proposed?
The existing.
Those were, so the lots proposed right now on your original, these are shown at 20-foot separations.
I mean, when it was originally approved a year ago.
No, a year ago, so they came in and they wanted to go to 15 foot between houses and you guys turned them down. And there was talk about making it similar to the other communities at that time. And then, so it reverted back to the 35 foot and then that developer decided to sell to Brimfield Enterprises.
They decided just not to do anything.
Correct.
Got it, okay. Okay, so I know this was the section where we had a number of people who wished to speak. So do we have any one or two or?
I'll start with a couple questions. First off, did the property ever sell? Pride One still owns, correct?
Pride One still owns the property.
So it's never sold from last time to this time, it's always maintained with Pride One. So, okay, that was the first. Second, I know you guys did, if you go with the full setback, the 35 foot, you'll lose probably 15 houses. You went from 15 feet to 20 feet, and you lost one. So how do you lose 15 more when you go to 35 feet?
We shaved some of the open spaces between the lots down, got rid of some of it, and we also lengthened the road a bit to get to that point.
But I mean, by general math, it was like 5 houses.
By losing one, 60 foot, no, because we lost some of those open spaces between the lots. If you look at the original one, there was some 15-foot spaces between several of the homes there on the original plan. You look at, there's only 2 30-foot openings, so, and we extended the road a little bit to accommodate that.
Next, my last, I guess, more of a statement is, as far as this is what people want, this isn't what people want. That I'm aware, like I moved from Niagara Falls, me and my wife, because we wanted the open space, we wanted the rural feel, we wanted seclusion. That's actually why we built in Walden Point, not in Cranberry Creek or anything like that. There's plenty of options to have a 20-foot setback if that's what you want. I feel it'd be great to give people another option to have the 35-foot, to have the larger frontages, the larger setbacks. It's only, you run out of land eventually, so I don't know, I feel like there's plenty of 20-foot options in the area. All they've done is build houses since we moved there. There's another couple hundred on the way. So it's gotten, Malloy Road's gonna need to be 4 lanes sooner or later. That's a highway. You can hardly get out of there half the time, especially at Walden Point. Which is another concern that you're adding 333% traffic increase with 50 houses. So that's where all the kids wait for the school bus on that corner. You're gonna have construction vehicles on that corner. You can hardly get in out there because when you come up, there's a dip before you get to our allotment. So half the time you pull out, there's a car back before you know it. When you're halfway out the allotment, and as traffic gets worse, it's becoming worse. So, just food for thought.
Also, sorry,
Oh,
I'll
so she
talk
might
about.
need to be sworn in, sorry, she was like that.
Oh, do I need to be sworn in? I
Okay, if you're speaking, we need you to please sign in.
Okay.
She did that.
You did that, okay? Then, simple swearing. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give before this board is to the best of your knowledge an accurate and truthful presentation? If so, say I do, and state your name and relationship to the application.
Sure. My name is Brenda Roberts. I live in Walden Point. What's the other thing?
Say I do.
I kind of want to talk a little bit about the school portion. You know, Brimfield Elementary is already overcrowded. They talked about moving the line to 18. It's already at Old Forge. And so then we're taking kids who actually do live in Brimfield and forcing them to either go to Suffield or they talk, some random talks about opening Central. And I worked on the levy committee. It took 10 years to pass the last levy that we passed. It's very difficult in this area. And just more and more houses is gonna cost more and more money for the schools. And so I think that's a big deal as well. But we moved here for, you know, a little bit of a bigger house than what we would have gotten in Suffield and some land and peace and quiet. So as we're really happy for them to build back there, we're happy for everything that's going on over by Walmart, but we still want to have a quiet community feel. We did not move here being green, Cuyahoga Falls, you know, all these neighborhoods who are just packed together. You know, the developer's gonna come, they wanna make as much money as they can and leave, and we're the ones who are gonna be left with, you know, another neighborhood of winding houses crammed together. And that's not what we want. As well as I'm right on Walden Drive, so the traffic, I have 3 children, will be crazy to, you know, be putting 50 houses. And that's, you know, at least 100 cars, it's just.
I'll say out of the stickers we gave you. There's 61, we're gonna have a lot of time, we got the notice last Tuesday. But out of 61, I've only thought there was one person left, who felt it was a good idea. To build assets. Everyone else was more than one design.
We're perfectly happy with 35 feet, we know it's gonna be relatively,
Yeah,
but we're not wanting to cram houses in so they can make their money and go, because we're the ones who are there in the end.
And that's all it does is say.
That was my next question. You know, you're going, you're opposing, I understand the development may or may not go in, but we're talking about the variance between.
That's what we're.
Yeah, we know they're gonna build. It's the variance, we do not
Yes.
want the houses.
And I know the environments so far are against more traffic, which is, if the development goes in, there's gonna be traffic. No matter what.
Right.
15 houses less isn't gonna cut down a lot of the traffic, so.
Well, there's only 15 houses now, so that's actually
Yeah,
a
there's
very
only-
large
right.
increase.
I mean, between 50 and 35 houses.
Well, they're building, what, 99 houses over on, whatever that development is?
6, I think.
Yeah, so I live in Sugar Maple, and you couldn't use a worse analogy than Cranberry Creek, because that's like a sore subject to us, so. I'm right there with you.
There now.
Right,
I'm
and
with
that's what we're gonna be dealing with too,
Yeah.
is, you know, I mean, we moved there, we knew what the rules were. So why should we keep giving variances to smush houses together for somebody else to make more money and leave?
It only makes money for builders and developers, it doesn't help the current residents or the future residents, if you ask me. So.
I would like to say something. I
Oh,
was
yes,
the first homeowner at Walden Point, and when I moved there in 2008, I was the only house, I was the only resident there where they left me stranded, or a quiet one, out in the middle of nowhere, where I had to get tow trucks to get me plowed out, because they wouldn't even come and plow the street, because they said it wasn't developed yet. It wasn't enough houses back there. And for me and everybody else here to follow the rules all this time, and for a developer to come in and say that they want to cut the variance to almost half, I think that is unfortunate for the current homeowners that are there now. I have raised 2 kids there. I have moved from Akron, where it's a bigger city, to come to a more rural area to give a better life to my kids. So you're saying that you want to come in here and cram all these houses and pride one, and it's going to affect the current homeowners, and it's going to affect the surrounding areas too, because again, Malloy has a development that they're starting to build now, which is gonna add more traffic to that area. Correct.
Yeah, pipeline is a sore subject for us. We had to pay a plow company for, I would say, 3 or 4 years. Our HOA had to pay them to plow the road. So, I mean, they've done nothing for us, but kind of, in a sense, screw us over. So, but like I said, we're fine with 35 feet. We're not okay with 20, we're not okay with 25, we're not okay with 30. They should follow the same rules that we follow. I mean, I think, I know we want development in Brimfield, but I think in order to keep Brimfield a nice community, we need to stick with our 35-foot rules. Like, why do we need to show a bunch of houses in a development? Let it look nice. Like, give us the same opportunity as, Country View. Those houses are 35-foot apart. That's a beautiful neighborhood. Homes worth way more money. Our home values may initially go up because the market's hot right now, but they won't. And when those 20-foot space, are homes, the ones in Sterling Green are holding their value. I mean, maybe right now they are, but because of the market, but 2 years ago they weren't. So we'll be in the same scenario.
Preliminary apartment, you can pick those up pretty cheap comparatively.
Over here,
Okay, I am a little cognitively interested to say no.
okay,
So, I have a problem with the 20-foot development. Right now, I have a problem with the lot and the area back there staying the way it is. Things go on there all hours of the night. I've seen it, cars pulling back there, not knowing what they're doing, and prefer not to know what they're doing back there. But they're in and out of there all night long. If we're going to have the area developed, I would just like to see that happen. I think for safety issues for our neighborhood, safety issues for families that are in our neighborhood. I know they are very passionate with their opinions of the 35-foot, not the 20-foot. I realize that the 20-foot is a builder issue because density actually reaps more profit than not having the density that would be added to that section. But my husband and I both have no problem with the development of the area and developing it the way it is. We feel that 35 feet, where we are the 35 feet separations we have, by the time people are back in the development, they're not even gonna realize that we have 35 feet and that they only have 20 feet because nowadays, most people buying homes do not want large lots, do not want a lot of property to take care of. So I think as a selling feature, it would be better to keep it in the smaller footage between homes than the larger footage, and be more cost effective.
was there anyone else that had questions or comments at this point?
If I may?
You will, you will have one more chance once the developer has his chance to speak, so. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand where they're coming from, with the separation and getting more open space around them. I will say that this development was originally done, had 54 lots back there. We're proposing 50. Now, there's 54, we're at 75 foot, and they level the site. And I don't know if some of the stuff we can even do these days with the new subdivision regs that have just been incorporated by Portage County. So there were supposed to be 54 back there. So it's a matter of number of homes, but we're less than was originally planned. So just get that up.
So what are the size and types of homes you're looking at going in?
Anywhere from 1,700 square foot to about 2,500 square foot. The builder would be Canadian Homes. I do have some of the, but the initial proposal is for the, Canadian Homes, they're a national builder. So they got.
So there'll be, there will be some ranches.
There'll be a ranch. Sorry, hold on.
Do you know who the builder was on your guys' homes?
Multiple
Multiple builders?
Well, one was the original builder, and the only houses. They built my house and they built John's house.
And then the builder just varied from the rest of the building.
So on the plan, we had, there was some original questions on this, because if you take a look at the plans, there was noted that the smallest house was gonna be at 1453 square foot.
Hi, guys.
Let's keep it down, please.
So the original drawings they had on there was a house on there for 1,453 square foot. I did ask Mike Wolin, originally I thought they were thinking that, and they would have to grant a variance or ask for variance at the time if this was all approved, and then the houses would have to come forward. But now, looking at these, your minimum square footage is, you're not gonna ask for any other variance.
So the smallest home would be 1778.
Correct. And everything here should have basements.
Do they have a starting price that we're gonna be looking at?
Ballpark in like mid-threes.
I don't really see anything selling in the mid-threes. That's way high. But hopefully so.
They're getting just bad.
I'm sorry.
Just one entrance into the wall.
Right on the plan shows the one entrance, yeah.
With the original plan with 54 lots at 35 square feet apart, or I'm sorry, 35 feet apart, show for 2 entrances.
I believe it was only one entrance.
One with the stub to the north.
With the stub that we showed.
They never built in the north, correct? That's very
Wetlands.
Well, it's a count, it's
Well,
a
it's
township park.
as long as they don't build or develop. Sell their own.
So the township owns most of the parcel.
It wasn't a domain by the family, as long as they never build or sell it.
Yeah, it's not,
Build it, yeah. Put it on field park. Actually, about an hour and a half.
Yeah, yeah. I figured when I started getting the questions, I'm like, oh, Dick's on it.
No, you want that? Until today, those are just me.
He was kind of that,
I had popped it out.
Excuse me,
I know we call it.
You said you were the first one? You were the first-
The first, yes, I was.
And what year did you move in?
2008.
2008.
House was built in
Okay.
2007.
Yeah, the question was just asked when your development started, and I remembered you had said it, but I couldn't remember the number.
So I've been there in 2008 with 2 kids and raised them.
Okay.
I
Thank
think personally, I would rather, and
I'm at the
speak
beginning,
for everyone.
I'm at the beginning of the development, so it will affect me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the second
You got
house.
First,
traffic
second,
order.
third house, and the fourth house can't make
Yes.
it.
I would rather see a flattened out area with less open space. Nobody uses open space because we would rather have open space in our lots than small 0.17 or 19 acreage lots 20 feet apart. I mean, if we're comparing neighborhoods, we look at Sterling Green versus Country View. I mean, I would much rather be in a Country View than a Sterling Green.
And those lots aren't.
And those
sitting around
lots
either.
are, yeah. So, I mean, that's why we're here.
If you're gonna shoot for something, shoot for that.
Do we have anything else from the developer, builder?
This time.
You're speaking, you're talking about just building envelopes, not, like, one might be 10 foot from the line, the other one would be 10, or it might be 8 and 12, or
Yeah,
10
20,
and
yeah.
10, something like that.
We'll pretty much set it up as 10 and 10.
We would establish them as 10 foot on each side, but
Okay.
on a lot of the lots that are on the outside of the curves and that sort of thing, the houses are gonna be pushed back and be in excess of the 20 feet. But the minimum that they would be 20 feet on the inside of the curve. Right, and on the straightaway.
Also, just one more thing, I'm sorry, we talked about the setback from the road being so short that you can barely fit 2 cars in without being over the sidewalk. So that's also a safety issue for us, because our kids have to walk down the sidewalk to get on the class every day to Malloy Road. So if anybody has more than 2 cars in their driveway, you're either having a ton of cars on the road, which is not allowed in our neighborhood overnight, or, and trust me, we'll be calling, or, we have people's cars blocking the sidewalk, which is a safety issue. So
That's
that's
a-
another issue.
Another thing, I did notice a couple of the houses that are available, the garages are very small. Like, I have a small pickup truck, and it wouldn't fit in 2 or 3 of those houses, because my truck's like 21 feet long.
You say you have that problem now?
No, I mean, those houses, some of those garages.
He
are
was looking at
19
this.
19 by 20.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your kids walking through their development to get on a bus, they're walking on the sidewalk.
They have to walk down, we're saying
There will
they'll
be
have
other
to,
kids walking.
if there are,
We have 35 foot setback.
Children from here.
You're considering, you're now you're talking about the kids in the lot that's proposed to be built,
Correct.
walking on those sidewalks, but not yours. You currently don't have that issue.
Right.
Can I comment on the front setback? So your code currently requires a 25-foot front setback. The plan, as it's shown in front of you, shows 25 and 30-foot front setbacks. So that is, it's not even an issue tonight because we're meeting your current code.
The fire department always has an issue with this, don't they? Knocking it down that tight?
As far as,
separation.
no, they have not. So,
Not with 20 feet.
so originally, Cranberry Creek came in at 20 feet with Mesner. And then the phases that came in afterwards, from the initial one with them were approved to continue on. And then Hickory Oak was approved, that's what. So each time it was ran through the fire department and they had no issues. That was the bare minimum that they were willing to do.
I think the only thing I see about it is, justifying the fact that that phase 1 is at 35 feet, or close to it. And you want to go a lot closer than that. That's the only thing I see about it.
And my thinking too is that the existing homeowners are at 35 feet, and that is a big difference to knock it down to 20 feet. Like I said, this is a little bit of a sensitive issue for me as well. So that I would have a problem with that.
So,
Yeah, I also want to follow some of the zoning regulations, just as far as they were in that letter. Same as last time they tried on the 15 feet, like the harmonious building and.
Well,
All that good stuff, I throw that in there too.
I understand. That's what I'm saying, is it will be different. It won't be the same as what's out.
Yeah, it'll be you'll know you're in a different section of the mountain very easily, so.
Okay, do you have any other questions? One last call for any questions or comments from the audience.
So I know you can't stand in places that are not. My wife and I here, we've been on that corner, wasn't a corner then for 35 years when we constructed it. I wish I'd have done more studying first. I did when this development in first off. But how's the police and fire department feel about this? We got tons of people who are here, 3,000 residents that I know of.
I
moved in.
I brought it up to trustee meeting this morning.
Because
and
I said, like, please, the fire chief sits to the left of me, the chief sits to the right. I brought it up.
The police department is looking to hire 2 new police officers if they can pass their levy test.
in the end, it just all will cost the taxpayers more money.
Sure.
Because,
The general concern of this entire area is
yeah, it's the entire
they
area.
built, we've been there for 7 years, since we built there. Like, we went to our allotment to get away from Cranberry Creek, but since we've been there, just that general area, there has to be about 500 houses been built. Like up and down, like Winter Green wasn't there, phase like 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know what phase they're on, Cranberry Creek, I think they're on 5.
What Winter Green is first?
No, it's okay, well, so that allotment wasn't there, it's 100 yards from us, so the traffic's still there.
Right, correct.
They're building 100 something houses at Hickory Creek that wasn't there. It's just gotten. And there's only there's 49 acres for sale across from King Ridge, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, it's just getting
Which is
too.
fine, but let's make Brimfield what it is, and let's keep the houses spaced out. Why do we
We
moved
have a code
here
for
for
a
a
reason.
reason, not
So
to have
they're
random houses.
Is no other possible ingress, egress to to the lot?
No. No.
So all the buildings, so forth, will all be coming through Walton Drive?
Correct.
Correct, okay.
The only,
They expect that
only
anyway.
option would be future to the north for emergency egress.
Sure.
If the park so desires to put something.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I signed, but I didn't take the oath. I do. I said I did 40 years. So I guess I'll say-
It doesn't count now.
What's that? I forgot what I was gonna say. Are you saying that the original plans never showed two rows ever?
The ones that I have don't show 2 rows. Mike,
It showed a stub to the north, but that was it.
Yeah,
The
you
original
did.
one I saw did show 2, but then that was changed
Well, the
before it was
original-
ever approved.
The originals were in time Marsh Landings.
Yeah, only
Do that
because,
because of the wetlands.
Okay.
Underneath the power lines. And then the other section was supposed to come out like Skyline Drive or Sky Drive there. Yeah, but back then, the Corps of Engineers shut that down because they were just so culvert and they said, no, we're gonna build a bridge. Because that's what natural law.
because there's not too
Yeah,
many
the only one that I've
allotments.
seen only had 1 entrance. But that was the research you did with the county, Mike, so
Yeah, that was the only plan that I ever saw that got approved. So
I mean,
there may
what
have been other
they, I think
iterations.
it's that where the
And then
easement is.
what happens is, what we did is, he did the research and then provided it to me as far as regional plan. So the next, let's say, this conditional use got approved again tonight under primary, right now, since it's 35 foot. The next step he would have tonight, if he wants to go forward with it, he goes to regional plan. So then they can reference that.
Because it's like the only allotment that will only have 1 access.
And it could have been, it could have been, and then it went to regional planning and then changed to that. So this isn't the only approval that happens.
Do we have any other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we deny the 20-foot building separation.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion to deny the variance for the 20-foot separation. And a second. If you could please have a roll call vote.
Bruce Nippenberg,
Yes to deny.
Scott Etling,
Yes to deny.
Vince Mordaco,
Yes to deny.
Sean Phillips,
Yes to deny.
Clayton Pompey.
Yes to deny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we have one more.
One more.
That's easy.
Do you want me to ask them if they want to stay?
They may stay, you can stay, we got one more, Valerie's been waiting patiently.
It gets good now, guys.
I mean, according to the clock on the wall, you haven't been here, but a second. Our clock is right twice a day.
So don't ask for a sign, and don't ask for a setback. So this thing is on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. As far as I know, we have a website, Brimfield Township YouTube, that stays on as far as I know. And we haven't taken any out, so.
Well, you guys know how to clear a room, don't you?
Yeah.
Talk about oil and God. Yeah, they're gonna pass out discounts.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Okay.
All right, our last is a conditional use application. Applicant is Valvoline going into Maple Crest LLC. Applicant is requesting a conditional use permit for the operation of an oil change use facility within a GC district. Zoning resolution section 30902B22. Use is not covered. Come before the Board of Appeals for a ruling. I thought we got rid of that one.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Call me crazy, but aren't they building it
So let me
already?
explain.
Aren't you building it?
So there's a 30-day wait period from the time
Right.
that the trustees approve it till the time that it goes away.
Because everybody had a chance to
They
bring up a vote.
applied and were in prior to the deadline on the 30 days.
Got
So
it.
they did make the deadline. Last one for use is not covered.
Okay. Do we have a motion? Oh.
Yes. I'm happy to answer any questions.
No, first, tell us what it is you want to do.
My name's Chris Dooley with Valvoline Corporation, 100 Valvoline Way, Lexington, Kentucky. We are requesting a CUP to build a new corporate-owned store. I believe the address will be 139 Tallmadge Avenue, and I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly.
We don't care, we're in Brimfield.
Yeah, we're in Brimfield.
But it's going in between the Arby's and the car wash that's currently under construction right now, right in front of Menards. And we actually had a pre-application meeting for this in May, I believe it was.
Correct.
And luckily we received the notification that the zoning was changing, so we want to make sure that we got everything approved, got all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. So we have produced the set documents right in front of you, working with CESO engineers. What we're doing here will be a corporate-owned Valvoline store. It'd be a 3-bay facility. I don't know how much information you'd like to have, but I've got a whole spiel, but I can give you the highlights.
Do you have a Brimfield sign on the top of it? I'm sorry, where you have a Brimfield sign on the top of it for Mike?
It's just so far.
I won't say no.
Good job.
But we have designed this building to be harmonious with the other adjacent tenants and buildings in that area. We're going with a full masonry building with the only amount of ephes being directly behind the signs that are on the tower. I do have a material board if you would care to look at it. You're more than welcome to. And I also have some photos of other buildings that we've done the same style. But what we're doing, so this will be all brick building, and there's photos or renderings on the back of what they will be. So those are the finishes that we're proposing as well. So trying to tie into the adjacent structures as much as we can with the masonry look. So as far as the aesthetics, be a good neighbor in the society, very harmonious. I saw that word used quite a bit in the regs there, so I thought I would bring it up as well. We would be as harmonious as we can with that. So this is, as I mentioned, a corporate store. Hours are 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 to 6 on Saturday, and I believe it's 9 to noon on Sunday. It's not a high traffic generator. If we can get 50 cars a day through an 11-hour shift, we would be ecstatic. So it's basically, it works out to 1 car every 15 minutes. We have the stacking ability to have 3 cars behind the bay. That is kind of the limit that we go with, because if you take 15 minutes per car, that's an hour wait. Typically our customers are not going to wait. They'll come back another time. So we've got ample stack around the building. Our building is a drive-through service, so you stay in the vehicle the entire time. The only time that we request that you get out of the vehicle is if we're doing a tire rotation where we actually have to lift the vehicle. But other than that, the guests stay in the car the entire time. We have worked with the fire department to ensure that we do have access all the way around the building for the equipment, and no issues there. We will start off with, I can tell you that most buildings are designed to keep water out. Our store is a pitted operation, so we have a lower level. So most buildings are designed to keep any liquids or water out of the building. Ours has a membrane that completely encompasses
the bottom of the building. So ours is designed in case there were to be any type of spill to keep all fluids within the building. And any fluids, all of our water that exits the building goes through an oil water separator before it enters any systems, any township systems. Trying to think of what else you guys might want to know.
What about disposal of used materials?
All of our used materials, everything that we generate is 100% recycled. We actually own the company that does that as well. We do not use any barrels or 55-gallon drums. The way that our product is delivered to the building is we have 2 portals, one on either side of the building, and we have tanks that are not underground, but they're in the pit. And what we do is we can drop a line from that truck directly into that. We can extract all the used oil, and then we can replenish all of the new product as well. It takes about an hour once a week. So no issues with that. We do not allow overnight parking on our property. We do not do reservations or call ahead, so people are waiting in line. It's a first come, first serve operation. So we recycle all of that. Parking is basically for our employees only. With a 3-bay operation, we'll have 10. The goal right now is 10 people to start. The labor market is a bit stressed right now, so we're working on that. But like I said, this is a corporate store, so all full-time employees will have the exact same benefits that I have. It's medical, dental, everything you can think of, matching 401k. We do promote from within. Actually, our acting president right now started as a technician changing oil in college. So it's a good company to work with. It's a good neighbor to have as well. Good corporate neighbor.
So all your employees are full-time?
Not all, but we do have part-time employees as well, but everybody has the option to get the same benefits as a corporate employees do. And with a full-time employee, they come automatically.
Okay.
What is that gonna be in relation to the car wash again?
Be directly adjacent to the car wash, and we will have cross-access with the RVs and the car wash. We enter the site through the private drive between what would be our lot and Menards right behind us. So nothing directly.
It's right between RVs. There'll be nothing else but
correct.
No big flashing lights, waving.
I got the feeling you don't like those. So. It's a long standing. Yeah. No red light, no flashing red lights, right? No, we all of our lighting package is LED.
You'll have a monument sign, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Or will you be on, or the existing sign, or you have your own sign?
We will have our own sign.
Own sign.
Yeah.
So you'll be asking for it to be a little higher as well?
A little wider?
Actually, I looked at it and it's.
Are you gonna be, I know the car wash needed theirs higher because they're in a hole.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're in a little bit of a hole too, but I'm not sure that we would ask for variance on that based upon they've already got the documents completed and we're within the limitations.
You'll have one in the front and in the back, I'm assuming.
Probably only do one in the front.
Around the front, okay.
Yeah, we actually have signs on the building.
On the building
that are
back.
visible.
What kind of signage are we talking about on the building? That's.
Should be in the back
Last page.
package there.
Okay. So one on the side, front and back,
Yes, sir. And actually,
and a little something over each bay.
Yeah, bay indicators, that way we can tell folks which direction they need to go and how they will pull in. So I actually have signage plans, if you'd like to see those. I just ripped the signage plans.
I'm not sure if you guys have that. We submitted the signage plan. Maybe with the documentation.
Do you have this, Mike?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. No, after this, if this gets approved, what they would do is they would apply for the zoning certificate itself
And
along
then
with
you'll be
each
getting.
sign individually. I don't think looking at them right now, there's no variances that would come to the board, so it would all be
I wouldn't see
internal.
them. There's no need for them to come to us.
Yep, no need.
We're not
We'll just
anticipating.
give it to you now.
Yeah, we meet all the setbacks, all the yard requirements.
They have their full acre.
Well, they listen. I asked for brick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rich Johnson, Midwest Development, we were very happy, would love to have development and everything, a great mix, fit in with what's going on out there. As Mike pointed out, the brick, I know that was a request that came down. They didn't hesitate, say, hey, not a problem, that's what you guys want, be harmonious and fit in. We tried to hold a standard out there, I think we've done fairly well, and these guys have stepped up to the plate to do their part. So again, we think it's going to fit in very well out there. I think it's going to be a great addition. I think they have a great looking building and service that we need in the area. So again, it's all very supportive.
I told Nigel during the last person talking, all these houses building, we need 2 stores here.
Okay. Do you have any other questions from any of the board? Any of the audience? Okay, do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we accept the conditional use.
Approve conditional use.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use to allow Valvoline to set their store up here. You can please have a roll call vote?
Bruce Knippenberg,
Yes.
Scott Etling.
Yes.
Vince Murdacco.
Yes.
Sean Phillips.
Yes.
Clayton Potter.
Yes.
Thank you all very, very
Thank you
much.
very much.
Good luck.
Thank you for waiting patiently.
Yeah. really,
And I do have discounts.
He does have discounts.
All right.
Unfortunately, we haven't got the ones that are good for next year, but these will get you through this year. So feel free to distribute those to.
We'll leave those in the zoning office, so anybody visiting can pick them up.
Absolutely.
All righty, so, anything left? We have anything for the good of the order?
We have more comment, well, actually not to you guys, unless there's variance right now, I don't see it.
Well, we haven't taken.
We do have the brothers coming back.
We have what?
The brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, for next meeting,
Yes.
yes. The only other thing that possibly could be coming that I foresee is we approved Kenda Tire, Martin Wheel. They're coming from Talmadge, they're going in behind Menards as well as Hamrick Manufacturing, so both are manufacturing businesses. Those are good wins for us.
Oh, yeah.
Those are big wins for us. So I don't know if they have any variances as far as Kenda Tire. I don't foresee any because they have so much property. They bought 30 acres. So I don't think we have any variances back there, but if something should arise when we get into the plan.
So that's moving everything from town?
Yes, and possibly headquarters as well.
Great.
We need a little better buffer over there.
What's that?
We need a better buffer on that side there.
Okay, I don't know, is there anything industrial?
Well, they're in the far back, so they're gonna go way past.
Behind that. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I know where you're talking.
He said in the back.
We'll meet the code. There's buffers.
Okay, thank you.
We'll talk at that point.
Houses that look at that, and I say, no, I'll be getting all kinds of hell.
Well, we'll make sure that we gotta do some landscaping and some buffers on it. It's in the code.
You're talking for the Kenda Tire? Okay, all right. If there's something else, Vince, I mean, please.
Yeah, because
We
Kenda
have
Tire,
plenty of communications.
Kenda Tire's going in the far back, so we gotta extend the road.
Nick, you can.
Are they gonna enter from that
Get on the sign.
Cascade, or are they gonna enter from?
They're entering right in Maple Crest.
Maple Crest, so they won't be coming in.
No,
Those aren't
no,
gonna-
we're hoping to get an access point out at some point. But it doesn't sound,
It's not very promising and that it's not.
with the wetlands,
There's just wetlands, too much topography, there's not enough land there in return for the amount of the cost of the street. It just, we did the math. John Susan would love to do something, I think, not so much making money, but just good to the community, it's the right thing to do, but just.
yeah. But the good thing is that ODOT took this all into account for the future growth. So as they're doing 18, they took all this traffic into account. It went into their traffic study when they got the federal funding to do this.
Okay.
It's exciting things, good things.
That'll be nice to get that developed back there.
And what do we have, 4 more? I think we got 4 more lots back there. So,
Well, we do basically 2, but they can be subdivided. You go all the way back to the north, east corner, there's 18 acres there, and then the lot that's
The 9
directly
acres.
behind Meyer,
Mhm.
which,
I thought that was
5 or 6.
Wasn't there a 9-acre one too off the top of my head?
No, I don't think so. Unless I'm confusing the one behind,
And I don't,
Hammer is,
yeah, maybe that's the one.
that's the one that's left, and that can be subdivided. I think that's only 18 acres, so.
Okay.
No, in a busy place, let's see it all come together.
Okay.
After the meeting, I wanted to.
And everybody is ecstatic about all these, so
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with.
I met with the board, just regular board, and I mentioned
You
it,
brought that up, and you said, don't say anything, and the other day somebody came and said, I thought Rick said, don't say anything.
it's public knowledge.
And everybody
It is public
already
knowledge.
It was public as of our last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Just
Whatever I
like-
talked to you was before the meeting. before
Just
the-
like the Martin Wheel, this would be now, because last meeting it wasn't.
Correct.
They weren't allowed to say anything.
Yeah. No, I didn't know what was, I thought the traffic signal at Parliament was gonna be the bigger thing, and I said Aldi, and I think some people were happier about the Aldi than they were about the traffic signal.
The entire community is excited about all these.
Oh, everybody.
It's the feedback I get, they want all these, I don't know.
More importantly, when are they gonna be done with all the construction?
Another year.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
Between that and Akron, you guys are killing me.
Well, ODOT goes all the way until next year.
Well,
too.
that's-
Yes, that's what he said, yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
ODOT doing that, I don't know where Talmadge and their.
Talmadge starts right after we finish.
Oh, man.
They're gonna go, what, 4 lanes all the way to the circle or something?
That was the proposal at AMAT. So
Okay.
I didn't talk to clients since then. I heard that the last meeting I was at, he backed off of something, so I'd have to really take a look at the drive.
Well, they have a mess down there.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, I mean, we really took advantage of the funding though. I mean, the whole area, Portage County doesn't usually see this much federal funds coming in, but we have it on 18.
Yep.
We have it on 76
Wow.
for bridge deck replacement and resurfacing. I mean, the whole area, they just threw a ton of federal money into our town.
So did we get our award for Maple Crest there?
We did not.
We did not?
Wait, listen to this, you wanna hear this?
Oh, I gotta stand up.
$55 million worth of construction was on the table for an award. 55 million you guys brought. That's the cost of construction. What was it? Almost close to 700 and some jobs. Okay. We lost to, we were one of 3. We lost to, I think it was $9 million project with less than 20 people.
I didn't hear that.
I'm not kidding. We were shocked. I'm like, that's it, I'm not coming back to this.
I quit.
I mean, how can you be 55 million on 700 jobs? Nobody in Portage County has brought that kind of development. I don't know when the last time was. I honestly can't say. And, you know, we were in like total shock. So, but that's all right. We got the win. We don't need the trophy. We got the construction.
Well,
We got
that's,
the building.
that's better than.
That's better than the trophy. I'd rather take that.
Okay, so, anything else added to the order?
No, I mean, unless Nick, you got something.
Nope.
Okay.
Good news. A lot of good news coming up.
Vote Nick, right? Oh, am I allowed to say that? I'm sorry.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Keep active on the website. You know, what Nick is big on the website. We're trying to get everything up on there. I do have a question to our consultant attorney to try to change this as far as all this paperwork. I'd really like to see this go all electronically. I know our code says 9 sets that they have to drop off in person, and it may be something with the Ohio Revised Code that requires the paper copies. If there's not, I'd like to get this changed, go through zoning commission and go to electronic, and then hopefully get maybe some kind of iPads or something for everybody on the
We're
board.
trying to go paperless as much as possible, even as with the board. Our technology continues to change, and I think it's just an easier way to manage documents.
Sure.
So,
and the price of technology is much cheaper than it was, 20 years ago, so iPads are a dime a dozen when you look at the.
And it worked while we were
We
working.
really appreciate Brimfield Crossings and Maple Crest donating those to us, so I just wanted to. No, I'm just kidding.
That was nice of them.
Yeah, very nice of them.
Especially if they ever want to get anything approved again.
Okay. So we have our next meeting, November 17th.
Thanks.
Yeah, just leave it, I'll clean that up tomorrow morning.
And so we know we have at least one thing, if not two.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion and second to adjourn, all those in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
I'll put that,
Thank you.
I'll put that.